Hey guys, I'm Nicole from Stellaris, and you're watching Channa 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 podcast, so enjoy it.
Hey guys, this is Filip from Stellaris, and you are watching Channa 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 podcast.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of my podcast. We have very special guests today joining all the way from Prague, Czech Republic. We got Nicol and Filip of Stellaris. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi Channa, thank you for having us.
Yeah, so how are you guys today?
Well, I'm quite fine. It's weekend, so it's always good. How are you?
I'm good. Actually, I got my COVID vaccination today, so I don't know what will happen. Let's see.
I hope you'll be okay.
How about you, Filip?
Yeah, it's really lazy Saturday in Prague, shiny day. The vaccination situation in Czech Republic is getting better, so we are kind of optimistic of playing shows in few weeks or few months in maximum.
Right.
So looks pretty better now. What about in your country, Channa? How is the actual situation?
Actually, we haven't had a show from last 2020. I think the last show I went was March 2020. We haven't had any shows after that because we've been in and out of lockdown for the whole, more than a year already. So I don't know what will happen. So it's not very optimistic here. But I really miss the live shows. When did you guys perform live last time? What was the last time?
It
October?
was in September, October?
Yeah. October, I guess it was October.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
That was the last time, yes.
So I know, like I always hear about Prague because it's like a very historical, very cultural, and very romantic kind of city, right? So it's always in the movies. How's the life in Prague? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
I think this is like a question for Filip. He was born in Prague, so.
Okay. It's a kind of a hard question because I've been living here for my whole life, so it's kind of normal for me. But basically, life in Prague it's a pretty cosmopolitan metropole right now in within the whole Europa. So we've got many cultural events here in Prague. So we've got lots of opportunity to go for cultural events, for shows, for theaters, and stuff like that. And the traffic is also good in Prague. So it's a definitely good place for life. We've got many parks here. We've got many historical sites, so you can exploring it for a long time. So you should definitely come to visit us in someday.
Right. I actually remember, like back in the day, I remember the Czech Republic. It was before it was like Czechoslovakia, right? Before in the past. Yeah. And I also remember this person who is Martina Navratilova, the tennis player, was from Czech Republic, right?
Yeah, sure. She was born in Czech, but she is I think USA citizen right now for many years.
Right.
I'm not mistaken.
So can you tell me, like, can you introduce yourself and then tell me what you do in the band?
Yeah, sure.
Like ourselves or our band?
Yourself.
Ourselves. Okay. So I can start. I'm Nicole, and I'm a vocalist of Stellaris band. And Stellaris and the music is like the whole my life. So yeah, I don't know what to say more. We're a modern metal band, and we're based in Prague, and we really look forward to do some shows again because it was a fucking long time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what do you do in the band, Filip?
So basically, I'm a guitar player. I've been in Stellaris, I think it's eight months or something like that. So we are still kind of new in this lineup we still kind of know each other, but the things are really okay right now with the composing new music and with the all band organization. So I'm really happy about this fact.
Right.
And basically my main role in Stellaris is I think writing music, composing music, doing some sheet music writings, kind of helping with communication, with PR and stuff like this. But it's still evolving because we are still known, getting each other. We've got a rather fresh lineup now than we used to have in 8 months before, for instance. So it's kind still evolving these things. But basically, my main role is guitar playing in band.
Right. So who else is in the band? Can you tell me the lineup?
Yes, we've got. Sorry, go
ahead.
on. So basically, we've got two guitar players, one bass player. Nicol is obviously singing in the band, and drummer. So it's a classic metal lineup. Nothing special here.
Right. Right. Before we talk about the band, I would like to talk to you a little bit about yourself. So can you tell me a little bit about your childhood and what's your earliest memory of music?
Well, I can start with this. I always liked music. I was singing since I was a child, and my mom told me that when I was like a really little, small child, I started to sing. I couldn't even speak, but I was singing, and the louder it was way more better. So I was singing something very, very, very loud, and I really enjoyed it. And after that, when I started to attend kindergarten or something like that, I was always like, I want to sing, I want to sing, I want to sing. I really liked the stage. I really liked the audience. I really liked the people to listening to me when I was singing. So yeah, and then when I was 16, I guess, I started to listen to metal music, and obviously I started with the symphonic and melodic metal, I don't know, Epica, Nightwish, and stuff like that. So I started with this, and after that I started to listen to more a tougher or harder music. And when I heard Alisa from Arch Enemy and her growling, I was like, yeah, that's really what I want to do and what I want to know. But still, I like my clean vocals too. So I decided to learn how to growl and scream and start to combine it. And here we are in Stellaris.
Right.
And I have to really say that my mom is not that happy about my music. She really likes when I'm singing in a clean vocals, but she really doesn't like when I'm growling and screaming. But my dad, he is really like a metalhead, so he's always like, oh my God, you can scream even harder. Yeah. So first when they saw me, it was in Prague in a rock cafe. And my parents were there, and my mom, I saw her, and she was like, okay, he's nice, but and my dad was like, yeah, do it. It's awesome. So yeah, that's my parents.
Right. Filip, how's your early memories of music?
My earliest memory, so I could say since I was born, I always loved singing from the early age and music in general. So it was kind of logical that when I was 12 years old, I started with playing guitar. I attended some classical guitar lessons for, I think, for 3 or 4 years, and then I discovered some classic rock bands like Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Hendrix and stuff like that. And I really dig it. So I was more interested about electric guitar than classical guitar, and it all begins here. So I was in my early years of guitar playing, electric guitar, I was really influenced by classic 17s rock bands like Zeppelin, Hendrix, Scream, and stuff like that. And after some years, I discovered metal music and some instrumental rock artists like Joe Satriani and so on. So it evolves, and I was more attracted by heavy music, heavy metal music in general. And after this, I tried to play in some local rock and metal bands in Prague. And after many years, I'm here now with Stellaris, with Nicol and guys, and doing the best music we can.
Filip, who do you consider your influences for playing guitar?
There are really many influential bands for me and artists, but from the beginning, it was I have to say Jimmy Page, from the start, from Led Zeppelin. It was my idol, because the composition was really great. He did. I really like the riffs and the atmosphere of the songs. And right after this classical rock period, my main influences was really early metalcore bands like Trivium, As I Lay Dying, these kind of classical metalcore new bands. That was really a huge influence on me. And then I discovered some progressive metal wave and gent wave, so I was influenced by lots of bands in this area like Veil of Maya, Monuments, Periphery. So these are really big influences on me.
Right. when you're saying those names, because I've seen like most of those bands, a lot of those are my favorites as well.
Yeah, nice to hear. So
Nicol, you already told about Arch Enemy, because I actually wore Arch Enemy today because I knew that you're going to talk about her, because Arch Enemy is actually one of my favorite bands also. I've seen them like 4 times or 5 times now.
Yeah.
Who do you like, Alisa or Angela?
Well, it's a really good question. When I started to listen to Arch Enemy, there were already Alisa. So I started to listen to her, and then I discovered that Angela was like a former singer of Arch Enemy. And well, I really have to say that I like them both. They're really like amazing vocalists. But still, I think that I more like Alisa because I don't know, she's more. I've seen so many interviews with her, and she's like absolutely clever, awesome, kind, and like a source of inspiration, person. And I really like her, and I think that it's maybe Alisa, yes. But they are both like because singers.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, Nicol, like when you're singing, you have like 3 people inside you, like 3 voices come out sometimes. It's like you have your clean and your screaming, but sometimes there's some sort of a different voice also comes out. It's like I feel like I can see like 3 voices coming out of you.
3, I think that like maybe Filip can confirm this, that in our like a future or like current music, I think that you can hear maybe even more persons coming out from me. It's not only 3. I started with 3, but it's like more and more.
So how's the situation? How's like the metal scene in Czech Republic? I haven't really discovered I think you're probably the first band I'm talking to from Czech. How's the metal scene there?
Well, I really have to say that I'm honored that we are the first metal band from Czech Republic that you're talking to. And thank you for that. And I think, and maybe this is like what Filip maybe tell you better than I do, because like I'm more focusing on female fronted band here in Czech Republic. And I really have to say that there are many of them, and they are like really good. And yeah, I think that like we have really, really good metal bands here in Czech Republic, but they are not like that well known in Europe or in a world. And I think they should be, because they're really, really good. But as I said, Filip can tell you more about this.
Yeah, regarding the Czech metal scenes, I think the quality is really increasing right now than it was, for instance, 10 years ago, because I've been around local shows, concerts, and stuff like this around 10 years. So the main difference is right now there are less bands in general, but they are better than it used to be. So we've got really fine metal acts here, but like as Nicol said, they are not so well known worldwide. I could definitely mention 3 bands. They are really great with the production, with the music, and they are also known abroad in Europe and around the whole world.
And you will start with Skywalker.
Yeah, definitely Skywalker. Definitely Skywalker is one of these bands. These guys are really amazing. They are hardworking for many years, and they are well known in the whole world. I could say in metal and hardcore and core scene in general. Then we've got John Wolfhooker. These guys are really fantastic musician, and they are also well known abroad. And we've got Modern Day Babylon, which is instrumental band from Czech, and they are really respected abroad also and well known. So these three bands, I could say, they made it in the worldwide competition, from Czech.
Right. So Nicol, I think we got connected through Facebook, because I saw you in Facebook. Maybe you were connected to some other friend of mine, so that's how we got connected. I noticed that actually when I posted this about this podcast in different groups, even my friends in South Africa, they already knew about Stellaris. So
No way.
do you have a connection to South Africa?
Well, we do.
That's
maybe
nice.
You told us that we do, but I'm not sure. I'm always surprised when people like know us, and it's like really heartwarming, and I'm really happy, and I'm really honored that people know us. But like, no, not at all. I hadn't a clue that like somebody from South Africa knows us, but yay! Awesome.
Right. So can you tell me about how the Stellaris, the band started? How do you guys met? Can you tell me a little bit about how the band was formed?
Well, maybe I can say that because I was there like I think that like if we are talking about Stellaris, I was like at the beginning with Jamie, the drummer, and we formed like I had a band before that, and was like I don't know, the guys wanted to have a man vocalist, not the woman vocalist, so they told me that I shouldn't do the metal music, that my voice is really soft, so like my voice is soft. Okay, so I found Stellaris, and there was Jamie and other musicians, but we changed them. Like they didn't want to do it like the way we do. So then we formed like into this lineup we do have right now. And I think like the funny story was maybe with Filip, because I knew him like before we even started Stellaris, I guess. And I knew that he is a really good musician and a really good guitarist, and I always like thinking about playing with him in a band. And then we were like searching for a guitarist, and I was like, Filip, don't you want to play with us? So we have him. But we were also thinking about like our new project, but then when Filip saw us like in the current lineup, he was like, okay, maybe I can do this with you. And I'm really, really happy that we have him, because he's like absolutely amazing musician, and I really love his composing, because like wait till the end of this year or maybe the beginning of the next year when we release a new music we're like making right now, and it's absolutely like way more far than like our current music.
Right. So, Philip, what do you have to say about how do you get connected with the band? You remember that?
Yeah, I clearly remember that because it's not so far. You know, we still kind of fresh band in this lineup. So as Nicol said, me and Nicol knew each other from the Prague rock and metal local scenes gigs. And so we talk about music, and we soon found out that we like the same bands like Ginger. Nicol also liked the kind of more music which I like. So we found out that we've got lots of in common in bands and music, and we like always thought that we could establish something together, but it was not realized because Nicol had already another band. I was in the time also playing in another rock band in Czech. But as like Nicol said, that it was some circumstances that Stellaris former guitar player left. So Nicol called me, "Hey Philip, we've got one slot free. Don't you mind to try it with us?" And I was like, "Okay, we could do this. We can try some rehearsals, some composing, and if it's chemistry there, we can try it actually." And since then, it has started like this.
Right. Right. So how do you describe the music of Stellaris, and what do you think the purpose of Stellaris is?
Philip.
I could say it's obviously metal music, and it's definitely influenced by early metalcore music, and it's definitely influenced by some modern metal stuff like bleed from within and stuff like this. So
Right.
we could say we've got modern metal band playing this kind of genre.
Right. With regards to what you guys like to talk about through your songs, and what sort of subject matter do you like to talk about through the songs? Nicol, maybe you can talk about that.
Yeah, I can definitely talk about that because I'm the one who's writing lyrics, and I'm really happy that the guys are okay with my lyrics because, you know, when I'm singing and performing on the stage, it's really good that I'm the one who wrote the lyrics, almost like the whole lyrics except one song, and I really enjoying them, and it's like the subjects are like I think about the life and everything I'm like going through like you know right now. So obviously right now I wrote lyrics about this fucking situation about COVID. So we really like this song, like all of us. And also I wrote a lyrics or song about like ecology and veganism because I'm a vegan. So I wrote this like you know lyrics about this thing, and but I wrote it like you know in the way that like guys can be also related to the lyrics because they are not vegans. So I really had to write it like you know I can see it you know in the lyrics that I'm like singing and screaming about animal abusing and animal torture and stuff like that, but I wrote it in the way so guys can also see like you know they are against the wars, and also they are more like in ecological stuff. So if when they are reading these lyrics, they are related to the lyrics because they see what they are interested in, and they don't see the vegan stuff that I do.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things happening in the world that is so, sometimes you can get so, I mean, it's so sad sometimes, right? It's so much strategies and all these things, and then now we have this thing where everybody's sort of locked up in their homes. They
Yeah.
cannot go anywhere. They cannot see
Yeah,
their
definitely. Yeah.
parents. They cannot see their family. I always think about it because I'm from Sri Lanka, so my parents are in Sri Lanka and I'm here, and I'm always thinking this. I have this feeling that, am I going to see my parents again? Like, it's so tragic sometimes. Yeah, I always I was actually a vegetarian also for many years, and I always feel that having that compassion and kindness towards animals and also towards human beings is very important, right?
Exactly. And it's like what I'm saying in the song, that like we can do this stuff and think that it's like that abusing animals has nothing to do with us, but it's not actually true, because like everything is going to I don't know how to say it, like everything's going back to us, if we
Right.
are torturing, if we are acting bad, if we are polluting our earth, always it like goes back, because karma is for free. So
Right.
we are going to be screwed, like if we are going to act in this way. So
Right.
yes. And as for the lyrics, I also like, right now we are composing a new song, and the song is going to be about depression and frustration and every kind of feeling we are going through right now, because like I think like nobody likes this situation and everybody would love to go back. But like for example, here in Czech Republic, our government is like really 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 bad, and they really like pushing their interests into their decisions. So they are trying to like push us to get vaccinated and get tested and stay at home, and they're screwing our economics, and everybody is affected by this. And it's like they are affected because their businesses were closed, or I have a job, I'm okay, but I really miss gigs, I really miss the people, I really miss my life I had before this COVID situation, and I really don't feel good about this, and I feel that it's not going to end, never ever. So our next song is going to be about these feelings. So it's going to be really like, I don't know,
Right.
hard.
So you already have a track on YouTube and also in Spotify, Find Your Curse. But this was actually done last year, right? During the pandemic, right?
You're
Yeah.
definitely right.
How was that process doing stuff during the pandemic? How did it affect the band overall? All this.
Uh, well, we really wanted to hit the studio. Like I think maybe when we wanted to hit the studio, like there were a lockdown and everything, so we like weren't able to do this. So we had to wait when the situation will be better. But yeah, so like the studio was okay, and I think like maybe even the video making was kind of okay, because we didn't give well, I'm going to be rude, but we didn't really give a fuck about the situation. And like, I think that like if I should get COVID, I will, and I don't care. I am healthy, and like whatever. Well, like what I'm doing is avoiding my grandma or all the people who are sick or something, and I'm trying to avoid them. But even my grandma told me that she wants to see me. She wants to be okay. So like, okay, granny, whatever. So I think like we weren't really affected when we were doing final course.
Right. You did that video, and you also did I think the gig that you did it in Rock Cafe. I saw the video, some part
Final
of it
course,
in
yes.
YouTube. Philip, how was that experience performing live?
Actually, I was I wasn't playing that show
All right.
already, because it was just right in this time I joined this band, but I was there in Rock Cafe, so I could see that show as a spectator, and I could say it was really really great show from guys. I really enjoyed it. but I think the actual songs, actual new stuff, it's more far than it was in Rockfest. So I'm really looking forward to next show, because I think we are much better in general as a band as it was 1 year ago.
Wow, so cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to this. You know, all your new music. I really love that track that you have. So I'm looking forward to it. So Nicole, I also know that I saw this video that you collaborated with another band, Nocturnal Pestilence. You have a video. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was like a really good collaboration with Nocturnal Pestilence. I knew Alena, the vocalist of Nocturnal Pestilence, like many years. I know her like very, very long time. And when I started to do the growls and screams, she was the one who was supporting me. So I really like her, and I'm really grateful that I have a person like Alena around me. And like she was the one who told us like it was 2019. Yes, she told me like, we're going to make a concert, don't you want to go with Stellaris to join us? I was like, no way. We don't have that much stuff. But she told me like, never mind, you're going to be the first band who would be playing the gig, so it will be okay. So she was the one who kicked us, you know, to move like faster and do the things, and it was amazing. And then she told me like, don't you want to go, don't you want to try to collaborate with us and do some song? So I told like, yeah, like why not? And she told me that me and her, we have like different characters. And she told me that she thinks that combining our two characters, it will be really good, because she's really like a nice and a sweet person and really kind, but when I'm on the stage I'm really like a evil. So you know, she told me that like this combination will be like really good. So that's the witch how was like created. She wrote the lyrics, she wrote like the whole song with her guitarist, and she told me like, okay, this is going to be, you know, about abusing and torturing women. And she told me like that she needs like two role plays, two characters in this music. And she told me like the one, she's going to be the victim, and the one, she's going to be the witch who's going to like, you know, to kill the man. I was like, okay, if you don't mind, I'm going to be the witch. I'll be really good in this. So she was like really okay with that, and that's how it's like, that's how it was. And we were like making this video during this lockdown stuff, so it was really like funny, because we were you know, afraid that like the police officers or somebody is going to like catch us, but it was okay. And I really enjoyed it because I love animals, and the dogs were so sweet. I love them. But I really, you know, when we were doing the video, I really act like, you know, I'm here, I'm witch, and I had to like see like this, like, you know. And when he wasn't filming us, I was like, oh, doggies. So that's how
Philip,
it was.
right. So Philip, you talk about the about the new music that's going to come. Can you tell me a little bit about what's the plan for Stellaris for the new music?
We've got a many plans ahead. As the most close plan for us is to release a new music video. So it's going to be in a few weeks. I think it should be out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that this should be really a huge step for us, because my feelings from this so far is that both music video and both audio is really ahead the first one single. So I think that could be a really good next step for the band in generally when it's going to be released. And our biggest plans for the future, I think, to play many shows as possible, because right in this lineup we only had two gigs together with the guys, you know, because then pandemic came, and right now we are all locked composing music at home. we are having rehearsals in our rehearsal room, but no live shows for us. It's really bad for the band because it gives you energy to next work. Right. So one of the most important, I think, things for us when the situation is going to be okay with the gigging, so play many shows as possible. And also our next plan is to make our first album happen in next month. So it will be tough journey, but I think we can do it in 1 year within this day. I think we are able to record our first whole album. So we've got many plans ahead of us, and we are looking forward to it.
Right. Nicol, you want to add anything to that?
No, I think Filip told everything.
Nicol, one thing I saw on your Facebook profile is you had this on your profile picture. It said, "No culture, no future."
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, as I already mentioned, I'm really like I don't follow, the common how to say it, the feeling or thinking about the situation, because like many people are afraid to live, and they're not afraid to die, they're afraid to live. And I'm really like pissed off about this, because like if you're afraid, you can stay at home. So why should I stay at home if I'm okay with that? And
Right.
also what I'm saying, like because I really liked when I was at school, I really liked history. And I was watching one documentary film, and like during the Second World War, people were attending more the theaters and cinemas and stuff like that, because they try to, they were so frustrated about the situation in the world, so they tried to feed their soul. And our souls and hearts are empty right now. And if we don't have if our soul and hearts are starving, and we are so like that frustrated, there is no future. Because even in literature, history, you are judging or speaking about the history and every era, and like you are talking about these eras, and connected them with the culture styles, culture things. But right now there's no culture, and I really I'm upset about this thing. And I think like the culture should be alive. It shouldn't be the streaming and stuff like that. It doesn't have the same energy, it doesn't have the same educational purpose, nothing. So that's what I mean by no future.
Yeah, it's sometimes so frustrating when these government officials would say that musicians or bands are, that's not essential. Essential, it's just, but what's the point of just living, just eating and just living, right? Because that's not the purpose of life, right? You should be able to look for something. So music is
Exactly.
essential.
Yeah.
So
what are you laughing at, Filip?
No laughing, it's a serious topic, and I can really agree with that. It's really so long. We are so long locked down in our rooms. Streaming is not enough for us, and we are really looking forward to the end of all of this and to normal life, because as it was said here, it's no living right now. It's only
Surviving.
mechanization,
Just
day to day.
Yeah. Right. So Nicol, Filip, what's your message to the viewers of the podcast and also the people who supports you?
I would like personally to thank everybody who's interested in our music and interested in everything we do. And we really appreciate every single fan who is liking our posts, supporting stuff, and also contacting us with these video chats, because it's amazing to do at least something about our music, at least something, about the stuff we like. So that's all. Stay safe and be happy. I think I really hope that we can meet on a gig very, very soon. I hope that.
Right.
Yeah, Nicol
Filip?
said it actually completed clearly. I would only add, I would like to send some regards to all musicians, as we are who composing music at home, who can't play. So we've got to wait a few weeks, and then I think it's gonna be okay. So I would like to send greetings to all musicians, all people involved in music, and I think we can manage it in a few weeks or maximum in a few months. But I think the situation is going to be okay. And I think 8 weeks. I think it's really possible for us to play in 8 weeks or stuff in or period like this. And also, I would like to send huge thanks to all people, all fans who support us, all our families. They support us in a really great way. So thank you guys for it, and we are keep pushing it forward, doing the best music we can. So we are really grateful for all the support from fans, from our families, from our people involved. So that's it.
Right. So, Nicole, Philip, thanks for joining the podcast. I really enjoyed talking to you. I really like your music, and I'm looking forward to the new music that you're going to put out. And hopefully, in the future, when you have a new album, we can talk again. So, stay safe and all the best.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
Channa. Thank you so much for having us, and we will definitely be in touch in the future.
Yeah.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Bye.